Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Daily Dish with Candice Cooper, where we're going to talk about pop culture and my crazy life. Hello, everyone. Okay. Hello. What is going on? We're going to quit it, and we're going to reopen. What's up? Where is... You guys, where are my notes? Oh my gosh, Jay, what's going on? Oh, how am I doing today? You know, I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there. I'm so annoyed. Hold on. I'm trying to find my topics for today. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. I want to see. Can you guys still see me when I was on my notes? We have topics, but I don't know where they are. They're like not wanting to show up on my computer. I'm gonna have to quit. This is so frickin'. Oh, that's why I wasn't connected to the internet. Tell me a knock-knock joke. Let's hear it. Yes, tell me before it gets full of people. Just me and you. Knock, knock. Who's there? Who's there? Adopt me. I'm gonna adopt you. I don't know. What do we think of my hair today, you guys? Guess what's up? Guess what's up? We have our fucking topics, you guys. Yay! Mercury in Gatorade. So I do want to talk about my saga continues with my car, the new one. You guys. When I turn the AC on, it blows little tiny particles into my car. Thank you, Tasawa. Thank you. It's not good, but apparently it's something in the... I changed the cabin air filter. So the only other thing is there's some sort of styrofoam in the car that comes in through. It's a Honda CR-V, and it's got like some sort of air issue that's coming in. Thank you. 2020. We got a 2020 CR-V up in here. I had a 2016. It was perfect. It was fine. So here we are now. Let me know, Jay. Let me know. But Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like today, I don't know if you guys felt it, but the energy has been, like, the only way I could describe the energy today is like hyphy. Do you know what I mean? Like, which painting? Oh my gosh, you don't like my bowl picture? I love it. I have a matching one over here, so they're like in a relationship. This is not a cooking thing. We're talking about the Daily Dish with Candice Cooper. Thank you. Thank you, baby Billy. I appreciate the like and subscribe. Yeah, definitely. Go give it a like. Wait, oh, thank you, Matt. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is it a Scottish mini bowl? Cute. Why do I have them? Because I went to the Goodwill and they looked cool and I brought them home. Hi, Steven. Oh, the longer hair. What's up, Tokyo, Japan? Thank you. My name is Candice. Hey, stop it. Sup. Oh, thank you, Jay. Thank you. All right, well, now that you guys have sufficiently roasted the shit out of me in my comments, we're gonna get not some live acting, but we are gonna get some live fucking chatting going on. Thank you. We're gonna talk about Jeff Lewis Live. What's up, India? We're about to talk about Jeff Lewis Live, and I've only gotten halfway through this episode, but he's got Schimmel, he's got Boudin, he's got, is the lady Brittany there today? And then he's got Shane Douglas, okay? Top tier lineup. Schimmel is particularly drab as usual, but she's so funny. I like, can we look up Jackie Schimmel's birthday? Hold on. Let's Jackie Schimmel birthday. So August 18th, 1990. So she's a Leo and she's pretty young. She's 35. And then Jackie Schimmel's husband, he's cute. He's cute. Very handsome. So Schimmel didn't even graduate high school, but they did let her walk. Yeah, he's cute. Holy shit, that's her engagement ring? Wow. Oh my God, it's giant. And Schimmel got a new diamond ring. Let's see if we could look at Jackie Schimmel new ring. Oh, okay, they're not going to show it. Well, Jackie Schimmel got a new gigantic ring, and we absolutely love that for her. Rocket girl. Okay, Jackie Schimmel. Let's see. I don't know if I want to show all my tabs. I've been married. Jackie Schimmel. Tabs. All right. Anyway, let's get back to our topics, you guys. I'm not showing my tabs. They're not even like that fun. It's like Canva and how to enroll in healthcare. I need a pedicure. I seriously do need a pedicure. If anyone wants to come over here and give me one, I will solicit your services. Well, I do want to say I got roasted on my TikTok the other day for not saying what Zhao Ying Summers said on Jeff Lewis Live. Quite frankly, I don't think that I could say the stuff that she said on YouTube because some of it was like so far out there. And you literally just have to like go listen. I can't repeat it on here. You have to go listen. So yes. I'm trying. So far on today's episode of Jeff Lewis Live, we needed this. We needed the gang back together, okay? I needed Schimmel, I needed Doug, I forget who else is there, but I needed her too. I can't remember your name, but I needed you. They are all so funny, and Doug is just, they roast him. I identify with Doug. And here's the thing. I was on ChatGPT today saying, who are celebrities that have a Capricorn sun and a Gemini rising? Because right now, I feel like my life is very wacky. And I'm just trying to hang on for dear life with this fucking car thing. It's been 2 months of a pain in my ass. And I just keep saying to myself, you just have to keep the car for a few years. You could get a different car, Candice. Like, it's not the end of the world. But anyway, my point is I identify with Doug Boudin so much because he's talking about the Irish cheese maker in Dingle, Ireland, okay? And he's talking about how he was there in Ireland 4 years ago, and the man handed him a piece of cheese, and their hands touched, and Doug looked into this man's eyes, and he fell in love with him. So they play a clip of this man at the cheese shop, and Jeff is getting full on triggered because the guy sounds a lot like Chef Stu. And Jeff's like, ugh, that accent, ugh. And Doug is like, I know you're very triggered. It's too soon, triggering. But Doug, I feel like Doug and I both have the same taste in men. And we are not, we're not their taste, but they're our taste, okay? And it's so annoying. I don't, obviously I'm not like looking for a man. It's been a while and whatever, and Doug has always been single his whole life. He dated like the priest or the rabbi or whatever. But I don't, like we've talked about this before, I don't think Doug has been in a relationship and, that was a part of his life. Doug, fucking same, bro. My sex life, my entire life has been so inconsistent and with such long droughts in between. It's frustrating, quite frankly. I identify with Doug so much because I feel like we both want something that is just out of our reach. And Jeff is roasting Doug relentlessly, saying to him, oh, what? Because Doug said, I was going to give it all up and move to Ireland to be with this man. I would help him run the cheese shop. And Jeff goes, what are you fucking leaving behind? You're go. And they were like, Doug's bed tells him every night, it's 10:30, time to come to bed. I guess at like gives him a message on his phone or his watch or something. And Schimmel's like, yeah, what are you sticking around for? The birds? Your bed? Oh my gosh. And I'm just thinking to myself, poor Doug. Poor Doug. He's got a sister he doesn't even like. His mom will not fucking die. And he wants a hot Irish guy who doesn't want him. And I just feel so bad for Doug. I feel so bad for Doug. I love him. And I just feel so bad for him because same, I want a hot Irish guy too. Okay? Annoying. I love a Lithuanian. Why? Where are they? Why do they not want to come and hug me? Okay? So I feel you, Doug. I feel you. I don't know what that means. So they're teasing him. Schimmel. Oh, it is Brittany. It is Brittany. And my... in my notes I have they have Jackie on, Doug, and Brittany something. Brittany something. I don't know who she is. I don't know what she does. Oh my gosh. Brennan, meow. What are you talking about? You don't even know. You don't even know what's going on. What? I want someone who is not cheating, not lying, not conniving. Oh my God, that's such a tall order. How dare I? How dare I? Love a Lithuanian. My ex-husband was Irish, Lithuanian, and English. Wouldn't give this up? What? Going live on YouTube? I mean, I am having a great time. I love talking about Jeff Lewis. What? I could say to him, I'll meet up with you after. Anyway, so they continue to rip Doug's balls. And you know how Jeff loves to tease him about meeting celebrities, cornering them, being on, all of his scenes getting cut out. This is another reason why I identify with Doug too. I was an actor for 20 years of my life, and people are so annoying. They're like, tell us what you're working on. Tell us what you're working on. Why won't you tell us what you're working on? It's like, I don't know if I am going to end up on the cutting room floor. So why would I talk about it if, I don't know. You never know what's going to make it into the film, into the show, into the commercial, whatever, until it airs. They film all this stuff and then they cut it together. A lot of stuff that Doug has done has ended up on the cutting room floor. We've all been there. Jeff loves to tap dance on that. Doug is forever trying to prove himself to Jeffrey, okay? So he's like, oh, tell us about the time Jennifer Aniston said she loved you. And Doug, obviously, he's like, oh, well, yes, I remember I was there with my friend, and and Jennifer Aniston, a fork flew over to my side, and she recognized me and said, you made me laugh for a whole week, and Brad Pitt, and, recognize, whatever. So they just teased Doug relentlessly. And for me, I thought, when they were saying, you have nothing to leave behind, I thought to myself, what about the third shed? Doug, you're about to get your third shed. Who is going to take care of the twinks in your shed when you're at the Dingle dairy farm? So, hey, girly. Hey, diva. What's up? So, Doug, you can't go anywhere because who's going to tend to the twinks in your shed? I did hear there was a lot of vodka in the sheds. I cannot disclose my sources, but I did hear those rumors allegedly. Yes, so they did do research on the Dingle dairy farmer, and he has a wife. And Doug was like so mad. Doug is I think so too. Adventures Entertainment, I agree with you. Dingleberry. Oh, I try. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you. Thank you. So, okay. This, like, they now moved on to Jameson. And apparently Jameson has a grippy yoga hand sock. Because he's got, like, a little wrist issue. Poor Jameson. So Jameson is clenching his teeth. Jameson has IBS. Jameson has a fucked up wrist. And he's like, because I sleep like this. And Shane's like, oh, like a little puppy. So cute. So Jameson, they're just breaking his balls because he has a funny little grippy hand, like, sock on. Hi. Which I love, and Doug is like, please keep wearing your weird glove because it's taking the heat off of me. And of course, go to the saltery.com or whatever it is, and buy Doug's salt. He's got a beautiful bundle going on for the holidays. Support him. What? Jay, this is what we're talking about. No, we're talking about Jeff Lewis. You don't want to talk about Jameson's glove? Well, anyway, Doug is traveling. The day before Thanksgiving, he's going to be in and out, going to see his mom. He's probably going to push her down the stairs. No, I'm kidding. It's a radio show. You have to listen to it. Oh my goodness. You guys. You know what you're getting when you come here. Okay? Now, they're teasing Doug because he's way too calm. Normally, he's a nervous wreck. He's got the numbers of the plane, the stats of the plane, the landing, the everything. But he's very chill. They're suspicious that he's taking an anti-anxiety medication, allegedly, because he's very chill. So far, he hasn't brought up the capacity of the plane, the fuel economy of the plane, nothing. The wingspan. Normally, when we're talking to Doug about travel, he's got the stats. So we are concerned, Doug. What's going on? Are you taking a Xanax? Stop it. You guys are ridiculous. Oh my God. Anyway, so Doug is going off. What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? I'm going to go out to eat. I'm going to go out to eat with a friend and vegan. Ew. Oh, okay. I don't know. Meat is a big part of my life, so I'm not into the vegan lifestyle. All the vegans in Brooklyn couldn't convert me. All right? Yeah, it's Doug from the Jeff Lewis Show. Duh. Nice, Matthew. Okay, so you should get like a little caviar and a little steak, a little surf and turf, and yeah, a little steak, a little caviar. I did have Meredith Marks's caviar the other night at that little gallery party. Jay's eating with the family. Nice, nice. Are you bringing anything? Places are open. LA, need that Boudin. He also thought of a funny story. The Beautery charcuterie, the Beautery charcuterie. Not in Chicago, really. No, my family is far away. No, oh, you weren't on my TikTok live where we talked about my fucked up family. Boudin. Oh, Boudin. Okay, well, Doug's last name is Boudin, so I thought we were making a Jeff Lewis live joke. You love my lips. Thank you. Do I watch series? I don't know. My pronunciations are hilarious. I am part Italian. Oh my goodness, it's banned in India? That's crazy. I am mean and I do bite, so thank you. Thank you. No way, not a chance. Well, I don't make a lot of Italian food because I can't eat nightshades, so. Boudin balls and hush puppies. No way. I don't know how do I do it? Well, I've still been eating my coffee cake that I made the other day and I had to like put it away. I was like, girl, you have got to stop eating. My plans for the weekend, I am working and chilling. Yes. So funny. I still have not finished this episode for today, but Monroe was saying to Jeff, you know, Monroe is 9 and she still believes in Santa and she still believes in Dory the elf. And she said to Jeff, she said, you know, what would happen if Dory didn't go back to Santa's at night and she just stayed here? What if she just stayed here in my room? And Jeff was like, no, Dory has to go back to the North Pole, report to Santa that everything is good on the ground, and then, you know, come back. That's what has to happen. And she's like, no. What if she stayed here? What if she didn't go back? And Jeff had to say to her, Monroe, so Jeff is like, I think she's trying to detain Dory the elf. She's trying to detain her. I was laughing so hard. Can we have a 2-hour live one day? I will try. That's a long live. You like my hairstyle. Thank you so much. I do have to wash my hair tonight. It is hair washing day. Oh my goodness. What do we think? Should I go darker or do we like this color? Darker or do we like this color? Keep this look. Yes, I do put chemicals in my hair. Okay, I will keep it like this. And the glasses have to stay. Oh, you're very sweet. Thank you. Well, I literally, honestly, you guys, I do need them. So this is what I look like without them. And then this is what I look like with them. But I can't wait to go and continue to No, it doesn't have anything flammable in it, silly. But I do put bleach on my hair. Super fun. But I got to go listen to the rest of tonight's episode, or this morning's episode of Jeff Lewis Live. If you haven't listened to it, go give it a gander, because it's top tier. The comments are so wild, you guys. I am your Jeff Lewis, and I'm here for it. I agree with Captain Cake too. So, what else is going on? What else is going on? I was talking, do we want to talk a little bit about how I feel like I've cracked the code of life? What was I talking about? I was talking about on live. That's right. I was saying how, okay, every year I get closer to the meaning of life, and every year I want to be reincarnated less and less. So here's it in a nutshell. JP Morgan said, millionaires do not use astrology. Billionaires do. Okay. And it's all about psychology. So middle class people who are not millionaires, regular people, think that it is stupid or witchcraft, and this is what the billionaires want the regular people to think, that astrology, numerology, feng shui, all of that, they have the stupid people convinced that numerology, astrology, astronomy, feng shui, all of that stuff is dumb or witchcraft or whatever, right? And the stupid people think that it makes them sound smart when they put down people who believe in that stuff. Stay with me. The millionaires, they think it's stupid too. But the fucking billionaires, they're out here doing all the numerology, all the feng shui, all the astrology. All of them have astrologers on staff. All of them have all of it on staff. Okay? The billionaires. But the stupid people, the stupid poor people, feel smarter when they shit on astrology, numerology, feng shui. It makes them feel smart to be like, you fucking idiots, right? The millionaires, they also feel that way. But the billionaires know what this world and this earth is really made up of and really thrives on. And really, like, we want to talk about past civilizations. We want to talk about, are you kidding? That's why they're billionaires. And the ignorance of the stupid regular people, thinking that they sound smart when they make fun of people who believe in that. It's psychology. It's psychology. So they're using it. And the reason why I was saying that is because there was somebody on my live telling me all of this horrible stuff that was going on with them. And I was like, sounds about time to do a freezer spell on somebody. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have no choice. People are going to slander you, badmouth you, drag your name through the mud, put you in a fucking freezer spell. And sometimes you have to fight fire with fire. It just is what it is. Astrology does not, are you kidding? All astrology is the interpretation of the scientific astronomical aspects that happen in the universe. That's all it is. Here's the thing. Look around you. Okay? Look around you. What is your solution? Hold on, I want to read this. I don't think wealth is a good measure of intelligence. It's just timing, opportunity, and work that creates wealthy people. You just hear them more, but you could have the same conversation at a bar. Rogan. Jay doesn't believe in astrology. That's crazy to me. It is totally based on science. Astronomy is scientific, and astrology is just an interpretation of that. Whatever those aspects are, it's an interpretation of that. You know, I think the smartest people are the most tortured people. I don't think the smartest people are the richest people. I think the people who know how to play the game are the richest people. And what's crazy to me is that I can spot a snake in a room. Like, I could just spot who the troublemaker is in the room. But other people love that troublemaker. So it's like they have this great ability to cloak their true intentions. Oh my gosh. Yes. Do you see what you're typing? So you think constellations or whatever you see in space has any meaning to the events that happen? Hello. Do you not know about gravity? Do you not know about atmosphere? Do you not know about the tides in the water moving differently when there's a full moon? Like, we are made up of water. How could we not be all interconnected? We are all one. That's why we should treat the world, ourselves, better. I'm not perfect. I'm a Capricorn. Ha 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 ha. That's funny. Definitely single. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be able to ponder, I wouldn't be able to have thoughts. How dare I? How dare I have thoughts? How dare a woman have thoughts? Well, then I'm arrogant. No, I definitely don't base my relationships on signs, because if I did, I wouldn't have dated the last 4 people I dated, because I knew better. I don't think they really did a moon landing. Yes, having a man does limit your thoughts. Thank you. Stud beef pile, you know it. As physical beings, we are influenced and influence those physical objects and forces around us. Like, how many scientists have to tell you that your brain doesn't know the difference between real and fake? So you could literally trick your brain. I'm still trying to trick my brain into having a better family. So I met somebody who has my birthday, but we're a year apart, and the person was very, very wacky. What's up, Odine? What is up? Stop it. Anyway, here's what I'm going to say. There is no, I don't think the earth is flat, but I think there's a lot more land on the earth that they are not telling us about. And if you watched 30 Rock, Alec Baldwin jokes about that, going on vacation to an island that nobody's ever heard of because they keep it just for themselves. Yes, definitely. First of all, just look up CERN. When they turned CERN on, nothing was ever the same. That was like 2016. Flat Earth is way more fun than globe Earth. Do I believe that it's a globe? Well, here other planets in the solar system are spherical. So it does make sense that it's a sphere. A lot of people say that it's not. I think that there's a lot more land than they tell us. Or is it like a galaxy? You know, like the Milky Way. What purpose do thoughts serve? Like, why are we here on this earth? Why are we here? What are we meant to do? What's our purpose? You know, I had a very fucked up childhood. And so in order for me to not go down a dark path, I had to philosophize the trauma and say, there must be a reason why my soul has experienced all of this trauma and chaos and been able to come out the other side without self-destructing. And maybe I'm here to spread some sort of awareness, spread some sort of positivity to people who, because at the end of the day, when you abuse a child or, you know, somebody, like you're intentionally abusing that child to cause them lifelong disadvantages and handicaps. You are like, if somebody abuses a child, they're doing it because they want to thwart that child's progress in life. And you know, every once in a while, one of us will slip through to the other side and break away from that. And I think a lot of kids who go through stuff like that end up addicted to drugs. Like, I've done haircuts for the homeless, and some of the stories that the homeless people have told me, you know, resonate with me. And I just think to myself, I am so lucky and I am so blessed in so many ways that I've been able to pull it together and get my shit together and get away from those people. You have to philosophize your life. So for me, I've done a lot of studying, I've done a lot of healing, I've done a lot of journaling, I've done a lot of therapy, I've done a lot of fucking sound baths and isolation and like I feel like the last 5 years of my life have been me coming to like an ashram and getting really deeply in touch with who I am as a person. So the point of thoughts is to put the pieces together of the hands that were dealt. And if you were a child growing up in the 80s, a lot of our cartoons did teach us there's good and there's bad. Okay? And you're constantly, as a good force, gonna have to endure bad forces. Okay? So that'll help you not feel so alone. And, you know, it's like the world is changing in very weird ways. And I know, I cannot have a normal life. I cannot have a husband. I cannot have children. I cannot have a normal life. I just cannot. It is not compatible with me. And that makes me feel like a fucking weirdo. And so Aquarian. You know, I'm so unconventional, but yet at the same time, I'm so conventional. So, you know, when I was little, I thought people who didn't have kids were fucking weirdos. I was like, what is wrong with you? Why would you not have children? And now I'm an adult and I don't have children. I completely understand why people don't have children. It's not because I'm selfish. It's because I had to heal so much of my own trauma. I thought to myself, my God, why would I ever drag a child through me healing all of my trauma? And then by the time I got to a point where I felt like I healed enough of that trauma, then I was not in a relationship and not able to build that family, start that family. Also, men do not understand me. They don't. So I'm like Doug Boudin. I like these handsome, strapping men, and I don't know what they want. I personally am not in the business of stretching and molding myself into a pretzel to be what somebody wants me to be. I just can only show up as me authentically with my fucking man glasses and whatever else you want to make fun of me for. So, yeah, what are the point of thoughts? To put the fucking pieces together so we don't have to keep reincarnating and coming back and reliving on this beautiful, torturous hellscape. You know, when I keep asking myself, how did Neo stop the bullets? With his fucking mind. With his mind. And every scientist, Joe Dispenza, all of these scientists, they know that our souls leave our body at night. They know that our thoughts create our reality, which is why they pummel us with negativity at every turn and shit in the sky and poison in our food and poison in the water. But what if we could just look at the sky and be like, you're clear, and it gets clear? What if we could just hold a glass of dirty water and say, you're clean, you're clean? So how did Neo stop the bullets? With his mind. You know, these are the things that I think about because I'm constantly trying to figure out why I had the childhood I had, why I have the challenges in my adult life I have. Like, I have a lot of blocks around money. I have a lot of blocks around relationships. I have a lot of blocks around friendships. I have, you know, and I keep seeing similar patterns from elementary school just constantly replaying in my life. And it's like, is this the pattern? So when I talk about Doug, and when I was asking ChatGPT today to give me some celebrities who are Capricorns with a Gemini rising, I'm looking for reassurance that maybe, just maybe, we catch a break. But I don't know. I really don't know. And it's very exhausting. You're very sweet. Thank you. Yes, kicker crazy. You're right. It's not the only, I'm not the only one that this happens to. A lot of people get taken down by the stuff that I went through as a child. And I just don't want to let little baby Candice down. Because I just remember being little and being like, I feel like I deserve more than this. I feel like I want to have a beautiful life with love and, you know, children and animals and a pretty home. And I've managed to get a lot of that, but I'm still very blocked in love and money. And they say that you are only accepting of the amount of money you feel like your mother would feel comfortable with you having. It's like, and my mother wants me to have nothing. And that's very bizarre to have to admit to people, that I come from a family who hates each other and me. And my mother sees red rage when I'm brought up, and she wants me in poverty. They've wanted me destitute. They want me to have bad luck. And that's the kind of family I come from. And it's like, I always want good stuff for them. But that's why I said to the person about putting enemies in the freezer, I had to turn that nice part of myself off. I no longer give two shits, okay? It's over, it's done, it's a wrap, we're moving the fuck on. Do not be afraid to defend yourself in the spiritual realm. That sucks, dude. I totally, stud beef pile, I totally get it. Thank you, thank you. Do you think your star sign has any influence? Yes, I do. I'm a Capricorn. Okay, I'm ruled by Saturn, Kronos, the devil. He ate his children so they wouldn't become his successor. And who was it? I think it was Zeus. The mother wrapped Zeus in a rock, or pretended like Zeus was a rock, and he ate the rock, but really it was like Zeus. So Capricorns, Pisces, Sagittarians, you guys are having a fun time, an easy time. Leos, you're probably having a good time, but Capricorns, Aquarians, we are being tested. We are, shitty family. We are having to climb the rocky, slippery mountain. We are having to work harder than everybody else. We are walking into a room, having natural swag, and pissing people off. That is Capricorn Aquarius. It is very, very difficult to be Saturn ruled. It's very exhausting. Kicker crazy. What do you feel? Oof. That's good. At least your family wasn't bad. Yeah, I mean, when I did the haircuts for the homeless and I listened to some of their stories, and I thought to myself, my story is about 200 times worse than your story. I get on my knees at night and I pray. I do pray to God. Thank fucking God every night for his love and protection over me. That sucks. The mom-daughter relationship. Here's what I think. Mothers want, when they have their children, when you have your children, you want better for them. But then if you don't deal with your pain from not getting in your childhood, you start to see your children getting it easier, being favored, and it triggers people. Okay? They didn't get that support, and so even though they want that for their children, it triggers something within them, and it gives them like a blind rage. What? Oh, should we block? I do have TikTok. Oof. So you got the dad is jealous of you, and then your mom is jealous of your sisters. And I bet somewhere deep in there is your parents wanted to do the things that you get to do, right? Living alone or going to college or, a particular car or something like that. Ooh, your dad had the blind rage. It's crazy. How do you tip? How do you tip? Ooh. In a lot of families, they will like medically intervene, and your sibling is toast at that point. No, I don't. That is hard. I wouldn't believe that. So I did try to look up how many hours and subscribers, but it like really didn't give me an answer. I don't know how many. Justin, love you, boo. What's my goal? Like my goal in life. I did Google it. No way, EJ. I am so incredibly sorry. I put him in a freezer. You're going to have to do a freezer spell on him. Look it up on Google. But put that motherfucker in a freezer. Thank you. I am a Capricorn. I am my Farrah Fawcett wave. Hell yeah. Dipset, bitches, dipset. Well, do a fucking spell. That was my point, is that the billionaires are doing all kinds of crazy shit, having regular people think, oh my God, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. Fuck that. What, you're going to lose your life? You're going to lose your, no. You pop them in the fucking freezer. I don't know if I love a Libra. It's 10,000 watch hours, by the way, and she doesn't care. I do care. I used to smoke, definitely, but I don't smoke anymore. I just like grew out of it. I just like I don't like to smoke anymore. It's not my fave. What is up, Pisces? My mom is not Jewish. She's German and Italian. What's up, Gemini? Well, EJ, I think here's what I'll say about smoking. It serves its purpose until it doesn't. Okay? Now, because I love to do my research, I researched a lot about the oral fixation. Because like I said, I used to smoke pot a lot when I was younger. And I was like, what did I not get in my early childhood that this is substituting for, right? So I did a little research, and it's like either you were breastfed not enough, not at all, or too much. Okay. And I was like, wow, that fucking sums it up. For me, I wasn't breastfed at all. And I wasn't breastfed at all. So I feel like I overcompensated with this to compensate for what I was lacking in my early childhood, was this soothing feeling, right? Of that breastfeeding feeling. And so I really had to say to myself, what can I do for myself to heal this? Right? And then for a long time, it's coffee, the drinking coffee. And I had a psychic say to me, stop drinking so much coffee. And I should have listened. It took me like 10 more years to listen after that woman said, knock it off with the coffee. that olfactory. You guys like that? Oh. And you had 6 coffees. Yes, I get it. It's like, it's this. All right, well, let's not do that. So I had to say to myself, Candice, you have to switch to like a hibiscus tea, something that's going to nourish your body. You have to stop with the smoking. And I have to say, change of environment is paramount in healing. That becomes an addiction too. Jay is only about drinking water. These are I'm constantly analyzing the human condition in myself, in my family, in those around me. And I'm not saying I'm better than anyone else. I'm just saying that I recognize patterns in my environment, in people, in relationships. And unfortunately, I don't think that God put me on this earth to be a mother to one or a wife to one. I think that I was put here on this earth for something a little bit different. And, you know, I have that Pluto, I have my midheaven in Aquarius, my Gemini rising. I'm here on this earth to talk and communicate and share my story and talk to everyone and use these unorthodox new technologies to connect with people. Self-discipline. I think that habits they come in all different packages, right? So people are addicted to shopping, sugar, coffee, whatever. People are addicted to stuff. And we just have to say to ourselves, hold on. And this is very hard. And we're going to fail sometimes. And we're going to fall back into our old ways. And I always liken it to grooves in a street or in a walkway or in a yard. It's like back and forth and back and forth. Sometimes it's hard to like build a new path, build a new groove. And that's what breaking a habit is. And every, 5 years, you have to look at your life and say to yourself, okay, what is this habit teaching me? What is this habit taking away from me? What is this habit covering up for? Yeah, works on somebody in jail. Hell yeah. I think you could just look up my IMDb like Candice Cooper on IMDb. Well, give me a quote from Dr. Joe, Jay. The current dating scene, if you're not defined by a vision of the future, then you're stuck with the memories of the past. Amen. Here's the thing. If you come from a fucked up family, they will want to keep you stuck in the past. They will never see you as a person other than what the worst version of you was. So it is very important to get far away. He said you could heal all that. Okay, but here's the thing. You can't heal around them. I still talk to people in my family and I like just think to myself, oh my God, they're just so fucking whacked out. They're just so fucking whacked out. And there's nothing I could do. Jay, I love that. You know what? I've listened to a lot of Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditation, and he is so kooky. He's like, you feel your ear, you feel behind your ear, you feel your earlobe. Do you feel it? Do you feel your ear? Do you feel your brain? Do you feel your brain massaging your earlobe? And I'm like, oh my God, Dr. Joe. He's very out there. You can't, exactly. You cannot heal burn wounds while standing in the fire. You got to vacate the premises. Oh, yeah. You got to just stay far, far, far away from toxic family members and just let it go. They're never going to understand you. And I want to close out our live today, which, by the way, thank you guys so much. We've been on for 65 minutes. Holy cow. This is a very depressing time for a lot of people. It makes you feel even more alone. It makes you feel isolated. It makes you feel like an alien. And you're allowed to feel that way. You're allowed to cry if you have to. You're allowed to soothe yourself if you have to. Let's try to keep the vices to a minimum. But do not do harm to yourself. Do not do harm to those around you during this time, because I feel like we're all very disconnected, although finding connection in interesting ways, right? But I just want to say, if you have a fucked up family, if you feel like an alien and don't have a lot of friends because you constantly feel the weight of having a fucked up family, if you're struggling with money, if you're struggling with love, if you're struggling with friendship, don't kill yourself. Don't. Because you have to come back and start it all over again. You thought I was going to say something like, you're loved. No, you might not be. But you don't fucking kill yourself, because you don't want to have to come back and do this all over again. That is the real hell. So you have to stick it out and finish the mission, and you won't have to come back. But if you do that, then you will have to come back. You got it, Kicker. Thank you, guys. Yes. Yeah, it's, some people do go into the military all kinds of different ways. The military is better than jail. At least you get a pension. We can try to do 2 hours next time, but we did an hour. But anyway, that's my spiel. It was a long one. We talked about a lot of stuff. We are all one. Yes, what's going on out in outer space, how could it not be affecting us down here? Okay? So I love you all. Have a great night. And obviously, I'll be here tomorrow night for our live Daily Dish with Candice Cooper. Mwah! Stay safe and stay away from people who don't know your value. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.